The next item is item number 38, application for a certificate of appropriateness in the Borough of Manhattan, docket number 15-8659, block 2067, lot 27, 842 St. Nicholas Avenue in the Hamilton Heights, Sugar Hill Northwest Historic District, a Northern Renaissance Beaux-Arts style row house designed by Clarence True and built in 1894 to 95. This is an application to replace the slate shingle roof.
Okay, good afternoon, Commissioners. Marianne Hurley, Preservation Staff. This property is located on the east side of St. Nicholas Avenue, just north of West 152nd Street. The house is part of a pair that was designed by the same architect. You can see that in this upper left photo. This proposal is to replace the shaped slate shingles with a dark gray synthetic straight edge shingle and to install a new copper bedding. Mr. Sample, the owner of the property, is here today to further explain the project to you. Mr. Up.
First of all, you said to give them a copy of these, so they should get a copy of those first.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
I was hoping you had lunch first. Let's go. Good afternoon, everybody.
Smart move.
Yeah, because you would make me, yeah, you can feel better, Mike. Yeah, good night. Good afternoon, members of the Landmark Commission. My name is John Portland Sample. I'm the owner of the building at 842 St. Nicholas Avenue. And I've been working on this building for 20 years. The picture here with the shed on Friday, June 13th, 2014. Lightning hit my building and caused me to have to put the shed in. You can see where it took out the bricks, right? I had to get scaffold. The building department made me get scaffold right away at an expense of $8,000 because they came in at 1 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the morning to do it. However, the price could change. If I put the roof on at the same time I put on to do the bricks, Colgate scaffold will probably lower the price. This picture here shows the condition of the inside of the building. So you know we need a new roof. You have the paper there in front of you. On number 3 it says 3/8 copper sheeting. That will be used to flash the building. I have ice and water to put underneath the slate so it will get further protected. This picture here with the gutter, I'm going to replaster the gutter, put copper gutters inside there, take drains from over here and make them copper, which is consistent with landmarks. The material that you have there in the sheet, I'm afraid I have already purchased. I bought the material.
You've bought the material for the tiles?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The cone shows the rectangular material used on the roof at 150th Street in St. Nicholas Place.
Is it the same, tile that you're planning to use on your?
Yes, ma'am. the
So
same
it's,
time.
it's rectangular and it's the same one that you've shown in this picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
This roof is at 150th Street, and my building is at 152nd Street. It's only a few blocks away, so it's consistent with landmarks. However, this rectangular slate, if you permit me to use it, will restore my building to landmark consistency. Am I being clear or my mouth
No.
is tightening up?
No, you're clear.
Okay, so that's basically it. The gutter here, that there, this here, and I had to put on that because the building department would not allow you to let the bricks fall, and it was a Friday night.
Right.
My luck, Friday the 13th of June.
All right, questions? Yes, please.
The applicant, these leaks
Uh-huh.
are coming from the gutter, right?
Right.
Why are you replacing the slate?
Because part of the slate up here is missing.
Okay,
And
so you got a couple of missing slates, what, 10?
That's not- this is not it.
Okay.
Oh, yes it is, I'm sorry. You got a lot of slate.
Don't mind me.
No, I'm not. Give me a minute to think. Okay.
All right, so you got some missing slates, but other than that, these slates are in perfect condition.
No, sir.
What?
We worked on these slates before. When I first did the building, I had a man come with a Bosun chair. You know what a Bosun chair is?
I do, sir.
And he got on the Bosun chair and it mended these as best as he could. My position is now, since I'm doing the roofing, can't take a chance to repair it because if I have to put another shed and a scaffold up,
You want-
you're
yeah.
talking $16,000.
I know what you're talking about.
So the best thing for me to do is what I said, put on a brand new roof, put in copper gutters here, copper flashing, copper flashing here, copper flashing there, and then come down with a drain pipe on top.
Okay, well, the only thing that I would propose to you, are you the contractor or you?
No, I'm the owner, and I've been doing the
Okay,
subcontracting
okay.
myself.
So you've got a material on your building that has a general service life of 150 to 200 years. You're taking that off and putting material on that has a service life of 50 years. So all I would propose to you, I'm not saying I'm going to deny this at all, but that you talk to somebody who does this kind of work, slate work, and find out what it would cost to replace the missing slates. Or if you have failing fasteners, take the slates off and just re-nail them rather than buy all new stuff.
Okay,
Okay.
can I answer? Can I answer?
Yeah.
I've done that. I have a man by the name of Ziggy.
Oh,
Who's
Ziggy.
very expensive to put on this roof. He says this roof is no good, and that's why he's made me take away the solution.
If I was a contractor, I would tell you the roof is no good too, because.
Right, but I see the roof leaking, and that tells me it's no good. And this building, on the second page you have there, you see, in 1894, this building was built. Right? That's the second page. You said 100 years. I think it has had its day.
I said 150 to 200.
Well, I don't think
Okay.
Slate will last that long. Anyway, that's basically it.
All right, seems like the home, yeah.
I think if I do this, it will enhance my building, it'll make it look better, and it'll project a landmark consistency.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, any other questions? Any speakers on this item? Any speakers? All right, Community Board 9 fully supports the renovation of this building as planned. Yes, you have another question for the, yes.
Because it was just in terms of what you're planning, how does it differ from in material and the look of what is there? Because you're saying it will look, this, I'm thinking it's not going to look this.
No, what it will look,
Yeah,
this,
yeah, because
when he
this
finishes,
is which one?
when he finishes this cone,
Uh-huh,
It's going to
it
look
will
like that.
look like this.
uh-huh.
It will look like that. And that's very difficult because you have to cut each tile. He said something about hammer and nail. When you get to a certain position up here, they have a new adhesive that you put onto it. We had the distributor come out and explain it to me.
But, okay, but there are some ways to install things that have more in common with what is there, because the beauty of your building is that it is of a certain age, and it does have a look of the way things were done at that period. And so if it were possible to end up with something that actually had the feel, like, the material, color, style, it looked more like what is there now, that would be.
I think the issue is that you've bought the material and already, and if you hadn't, we would have recommended
Have you taken it out of the box yet?
another material.
Have you broken the boxes yet?
No, I haven't broken, but
Good.
this tile is workable. That's the best thing about it.
All right.
It's gonna look pretty, because if you use regular slate, you wouldn't be able to cut it. Or you
Right,
wouldn't be
We're
able to
not
take it out.
talking about regular.
We're not
talking about
Only
regular slate.
scalloped, like what you've got, the scallop
Are they,
bottom.
do they have the circular edge?
Yeah.
Because your slate is special because it has a special shape. It's not like the squares.
Can they do this?
They
Yeah,
can.
Have
they're gonna,
they done this on the slate
No.
that you bought?
No,
they-
it comes that way.
Not yet.
EchoStar Slate has two shape options, square
And
and beveled.
scalloped.
So which one?
Beveled.
Well, that's
Okay.
no.
So it's,
He needs a scout.
But which one did you?
so he's got the
buy?
beveled one.
No, he's got the square one.
Well, that's not the.
let me show you, Miss, you can't see it.
Right, he's got the square one. And there's another version that comes where the tiles are shorter, have chamfered edges.
So can you get that? Can you exchange the one
Just
that you
exchange your
have?
box.
Oh, man,
Why not?
you can't exchange it, already bought it.
No, you can always exchange construction materials.
They'll give you- they'll make you-
If I got this material from
Uh-oh.
S
A
and
second.
no
Yeah, I know.
roofing in the Bronx, I wouldn't be able to change it.
All right.
You don't think it would look pretty in the squares?
No, I don't. I think it's.
There you go then.
My wife could get that exchange for you.
You're right about that, women can do a lot of things.
All right, given the situation here, are we going to be sympathetic and allow this
I
to
tell you,
go forward?
in my experience.
Or any suggestions where we could,
In my experience, Ziggy or no Ziggy, I got a Tommy who could save most of those tiles, put them right back, save you the money. You could sell those on eBay or bring them back for a restocking charge. Almost always they'll let you return stuff. You might lose a little bit on the deal, but the net should be cheaper than putting up the new, and you'll keep the appearance. You'll save money, and you'll have a roof that'll last way longer. Failing that, I think that it's since EchoStar does offer a shape that is closer than the current one, I would suggest that either you buy a couple of boxes of those or try to do a trade at the place in the Bronx. That's why I asked about if the boxes were open. If the boxes
Right.
haven't
No, I
been
understand.
open, you should be able to trade.
I totally understand. I think it's everybody's preference that they actually find a tile that is more sympathetic to the existing tiles. Yes.
You know, you're saying that, but every day I have to scaffold up, it's costing me money. Now, I already have the tiles ready, I have the man ready. This alone is $8,000. When I go up there, I got $16,000. I can't go now looking for slate. I mean, I know you feel it looks better, but if you really see it, you'll love it. I mean, you don't like this here? It's beautiful.
Okay.
No, it's, but not slate, we're not saying slate, it's just this different model of exactly the same tile. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this.
It's a different feel, it's like, it looks too unified, it doesn't have those individual tile, it's not an individual tile look, that's.
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
I'm not sure whether we're allowed to do this or whether the staff is allowed to do this, but this, no, normally our applicants are professionals who know how to make those kind of phone calls, that maybe the staff could get on the phone with the roofing guys and say, you know, here we are, Landmarks Commission, not okay, you sold them the wrong tile, we need an exchange, right? And just to swap it out. And something
All right,
like
I
that.
want to just suggest, I understand that we can do it. I'm sympathetic to the owner, and one thing is, I think he's ready to go to build to do this, so there's a time delay because every day costs, I don't know how much for his scaffolding. The other thing is that I'm not sure, we could try it, but, yes.
No, the other idea maybe is to actually reuse some of this exist, even if, I don't know, color-wise, if it
No,
was
ma'am, I
reused
wouldn't use that slate.
because you think it's bad.
I know it's bad. That's why I'm buying new slate. Don't you think if
Right,
I
the
thought
other-
I could fix it, I would do so? I save myself some money because once you go up there, you're talking $16,000. Now, if I replace all that and have to go back up again, I don't know what it's gonna cost. Prices go up every day. I'm sure he knows that, every day. So I've got a thing ready to go.
All right, would you be amenable to our staff working with your, the roofing guy, exactly, and trying to exchange the tiles so you could get
He
the,
can't change the tile. He doesn't have that authority. Steve is not gonna change it. It's S&L Roofing in the Bronx. They're not gonna change that tile.
You never know, the mayor calls, they might say,
that we cannot promise, though.
I think the man has enough on his hands right now
but-
with people falling out of the street.
All right, why don't we do this? Why don't we,
And I don't think he wants to handle that.
why don't we say that first, that they'll do their best efforts, working with our staff, in a very timely manner to see if this can be exchanged, but in the absence that it isn't, they can proceed with the tiles they have. Okay, so we're giving you a little bit of, we're asking you to spend a little bit of time, not much, to work with our staff and see if this can be resolved. And in the absence, if it cannot be resolved, then you can go ahead with these tiles. But
Who do I work?
you work with our staff, so who you've been working with, it's not going to take some time. We'll get back to you really quickly and see if this can be resolved, okay?
I have no other choice.
Okay, all right, so, did we close the hearing? Okay, so we're going to close the hearing? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, and we can modify our resolution slightly. Roberta, do you want to read? Be kind.
In the matter of 842 St. Nicholas Avenue, Hamilton High Sugar Hill Northwest Historic District. Application is to replace the slate shingle roof. I recommend approval with modifications, finding that although the slate roof at the front facade is a significant architectural feature of the building, the deteriorated condition of the historic roof warrants replacement, that the proposed synthetic slate roof, as seen from the street, will relate harmoniously to the original building materials, that the proposed texture and color of the synthetic slate shingles will recall the texture and shadow lines of the historic slate roof, and that the gutters will be replaced with copper in conjunction with the replacement of the slate roof. However, we recommend that the owner, working with the staff, allow the staff to investigate the possibility of replacing the shingles for a more appropriate style, shape shingle to be used. And failing this, that the proposal be allowed to pass as presented.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, this application's been approved. We'll take a break now? Okay. Ran out of applicants, okay. That shows that we're...
Yeah, so we'll start again at